पॉइंट ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी लूज कर जाओगे. तो मेक इट अ प्रॉपर वे, प्रॉपर चैनल ऑफ हैंडलिंग दोज पीपल, एंड आई थिंक पीपल विल अंडरस्टैंड. लोग इतने बेवकूफ़ नहीं है, दे विल अंडरस्टैंड. कोई अपने देश को खराब बोल के कहीं तरक्की नहीं करने वाला, ना ही देश को कोई हेल्प ही कर रहा है.
करेक्ट. इन स्लोगन्स पे आपका क्या रिएक्शन है जो JNU में लगाए गए थे, भारत की बर्बादी तक जंग रहेगी, जंग रहेगी?
I think I absolutely don't support those slogans because I am a true Indian, and I don't think by criticizing something you can develop a particular nation.
Right.
It's just only when you speak positive, and it's just only when you say something positive or focus on the positive things you are going to improve the country. Yeah, you can. Democracy provides you the freedom of criticizing or discussing on things where you are not progressing, or on things where you have the lacuna. But you cannot just say anti-national slogans and tell that I am supporting my country. That's not the proper way of.
So if you have to answer it in one word, do you consider the activities happen in JNU as anti-national activities or freedom of expression?
Saying anti-national slogans is totally condemned by me, but how to deal with those people who are saying these anti-national slogans, that should be a more proper channelized way of doing it. That should be a more just focusing on showing it those videos in press and highlighting it more and more, it won't help. That cause won't help. But yeah, dealing with those people properly, discussing on it, taking those people, having a meeting with them, what is harassing them, how come they cannot say anti-national slogans, that's what is not supported. But at the same time, it's not, we should be in a more proper channelized way. Why those people are saying anti-national slogans, what is the problem behind it, how come they are saying, and why it is happening, why in the first place they are saying anti-national slogans, what is forcing them, are they really terror elements that are there, or is it just their viewpoint, are they harassed by something, are they due to which they are coming to this point of saying anti-national slogans.
So you are in support of interrogation?
I'm not support of saying that saying these anti-national slogans, but at the same time I'm not support of how this thing is being dealt with right now in the media. Just focus
in the media, okay, but the government, what government is, the media is opposing entry of police in JNU campus.
I think this is how media first showed this video as that they have started this anti-national slogans. Kanhaiya Lal was giving the slogans, and then the guy was arrested. But then now media has completely turned around, and now they are showing that Kanhaiya was not involved, and this was somebody else who was giving those slogans and all these things. What was happening? Yes, Umar Khalid was involved. So this is what happens when people suddenly conclude. When you show these videos in a particular fabricated way, people conclude very easily, and then they start creating views or opinions, and that thing is wrong. So government should also have a viewpoint. That should come to the forefront and start speaking on this thing strictly. That what is happening exactly and why these things are happening, what is the exact fact happening. At the same time, I don't understand, if there is a case going on, how can media go to such a level as to run sting operations and show these things in the channels. When there is a case involved, people's reactions can impact the jury. So hence, when the investigation goes on, or when there is a case running on in a court, usually the media is not allowed to run sting operations around that particular case. It's not allowed. How they are able to run those sting operations, I don't understand. Why is Supreme Court not, or the High Court not suppressing this particular sting operations at least from media running it? That's what.
We have freedom of expression, so even at the time of Kargil, the NDTV was picturizing and helping Pakistani forces. So this is the tale of our country from so long. Okay.
I'll give you an example of a perfect media. If you look into the France attack, that was happened in the beginning of the year. You would have seen all the international media that didn't show one single dead body, or they didn't rush into those scenes showing all those bodies shot around and anything. There was a complete, a line was set that beyond which media cannot go ahead.
Right.
Okay. So media is accessible to everybody. So they are the center point of creating havoc. So they can either create havoc or they can create awareness. So if they go in the wrong direction, who is stopping them? When there is the matter of national interest, that is to be understood, that nobody goes beyond this particular line.
So in your opinion, there is a need to be a facility which controls media?
Yes. I think there should be awareness. There should be freedom of expression, speech, everything, freedom of press. But there should be a line or a limit. When there's a case running, you don't have any rights to run sting operations, showing that I am showing that this is right. He is showing that this is right. You influence the jury, you influence the case by that.
Okay, one spontaneous answer in yes or no. Do you consider Umar Khalid as a terrorist?
No.
Thank you.